Well, good evening, America. I am the Big Red One guy, reminding you that together we must break the machine. Well, we got a new thing going on. Welcome to the BTM cast tonight, where we will cover topics you might have missed and we will give you our opinion or take after review. Remember that these are just that, our opinions and takes, and this channel is our echo chamber for like minded people. Also, remember, we live in the United States of America and we are free to have whatever opinion we like. Tonight, we have someone who will no longer be a special guest anymore, Reddaywalker.
What's up, man? This is about as white pilled as you're going to see me tonight, so that's why I got on the white outfit. All good thoughts and good energy tonight.
Definitely. We've had a pretty good week as far as voting. And hold on, we got Kay already dropping in on us. Yay, one of my favorite shows, Big Red One Guy, Red Day Walker. I'm such a big fan. Thank you for your voices. God bless you, Kay. God bless you very much. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me, trying to get this channel up and running. Now that I got Red Day here, we will be here again. We will be here every Friday at 8 p.m. for you. And we're gonna be dropping whatever we can on you, whatever little pieces of information we have, we're gonna make sure we get it to you because we gotta get it to our people, all right? So we want you while we're doing that, we want you to also bring people here so they can say what's up to us. They could join in our conversations because you know how it is, Kay. You know how we do. So, anyway, we got a lot to get into tonight, people. We're gonna start off tonight with our homeboy, uh, Mark Cuban, dissing American women, dissing conservative women, dissing our Republican women. Essentially, he's just a fucking schmuck. He thought it was gonna be something to go towards Trump, but that shit backfired. And Jonathan says, "What's up, Jonathan? What's going on, homie? Thanks for showing up again." Jonathan is the man behind he's helping us behind the scenes and whatnot. So um, thank you, Jonathan, for coming in tonight. So like I said, we're gonna start with Cuban, all right, because he's an idiot, and I know Red Day has got some. He's got a take on this. I'm gonna let him rant on this one, but let's get into it a little bit. Uh, and a little technical difficulties, and we will get into it right now. All right, so this is a post on Twitter from Byron Donald. Okay, and he says,
My boy.
3 days 3 days after Tim Walz called half of American Nazis, 2 days after Joe Biden called half the America garbage. Today, top Kamala surrogate Mark Cuban called Republican women weak and unintelligent. They want to divide America. We want to unite America. In 5 days, we will make America great again. And if you don't believe us, America, here, you can hear it in his good 6-second clip of him being the fucking schmuck that he is.
Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple. Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple.
He's just a fucking asshole. He can't help himself. Take it away, Red Day Walker.
But you know what? I mean, that's a thing. Like we've seen in the past week. What have we seen? We've seen Barack come out and chastise guys for go for even thinking about voting for Trump. We've had Michael come out and pretty much do the same thing for the women and everybody. I think today even J Lo came out and was pretending to have some like big sob story about how she's a strong Hispanic woman. Okay, fuck you
Yeah,
and your billions.
I saw that.
Um,
I fucking saw. She was just she was all over the place like the pendeja that she is, crying and weeping and all that other bullshit. And I was just like, this fucking
yeah,
pendeja.
but you know what I mean? It's it's like it just shows you this is desperation, right? That's all this is. And of course you saw every take. First of all, Trump surrounds himself with freaking power women all the time. Look at his
Yeah,
freaking wife. She's a freaking
yeah.
powerful woman. She's fierce. Um,
His
this has
campaign,
nothing to do.
his senior campaign advisor, Lena Habba, is no fucking joke either.
Oh my God, she's awesome. Yeah, I mean he's had women even in his first administration. He had tons of strong women around her. Kayleigh McEnany, they're all great.
Yeah.
Um,
Linda
but
Linda
this
McMahon.
isn't. Yeah, all this is that the Democrats are literally hemorrhaging support right now. They're
Yeah.
literally dropping every time they do a new set of polls. Kamala has lost more male vote. She's losing women's vote. She's losing minority votes. You know that white dudes for Harris thing is a joke. It's not
Yeah.
getting any new people. They're trying to, but all they're trying to do at this point, even with freaking Mark Cuban, because he's a freaking woman himself.
Yeah, he is.
All they're
I
trying to,
call him to me, he's the fucking love child of Rosie and Rachel. I laugh every time I see him. I'm like, this
exactly.
motherfucker looks like
Yep.
they took DNA from both those two, uh,
Sure.
those two twats and
Oh,
fucking mixed them together and
those
they made Mark Cuban.
I can tell you this: his words today, all 6 seconds of it, or however, whatever he spoke on, he's done nothing. Barack's done nothing. Or Michelle's done nothing to actually swing people back to Kamala. Or have people decide maybe I will vote Kamala. What they're
Yeah.
trying to do is they're trying to, as per usual, they're just trying to shame their own voters
Yep.
and just saying, "Oh, well, don't go with him. He doesn't like strong women." Oh, if you're if just like Biden said, if you're not really black, then you're not gonna vote
Yeah.
Democrat.
If you don't vote for
Um,
me, then you're not
they
black.
just That's all they got. They're not running on policy. They're not running on records or anything like that. They're just like, our person's not the devil. Our person's not, Hitler.
Hitler.
Our person's not a fascist. That's all they got.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all they fucking have.
It is amazing to see. Okay. um, the ineffective campaign that they're running. And I say that because Democrats as a whole, okay, they have been phenomenal with campaigning for as long as I can remember. Right? They're great at getting their message out. They're great at galvanizing their fucking voters. And this is the first time that I've seen, okay, since Reagan, all right, I've seen a movement the way it's been. And I remember Reagan because I remember my dad voting for Reagan. And I just remember in his second election, I was already old enough, okay? And he just fucking, in 1984, all right, he just wiped the floor. Okay.
Oh yeah,
What was it?
Mondale.
With Mondale, okay? And it was insane. And I feel that kind of movement, like I want to get my hopes up high, but I won't because I know better than to do that because I know that because of what happened last time in the last election, all right, and all the shit that was going on behind the scenes and whatnot. It's a terrible thing, and I'm worried. I still worry. I feel like we're gonna win, but I'm still worried, And Kay says they fight fascism with fascism. That they do.
Yeah.
Well, they call us the
Everything they
fascists.
say they're
They're the
against,
communists.
that's what they use.
Yeah, they call us fascists, and they're really the communists, right? So, like I said last week, right, the Democratic Party has become the American Communist Party, and everything they do with propaganda, and Kate throwing out some history. Montel got 13 electoral votes. It's hard, 13 hard electoral votes. That
Yeah.
motherfucker. Now, I don't think
That was
that.
13 more than me, and I didn't even run.
Yeah, I think Kamala's gonna get more than that. And just so you know, later on in the
Well,
evening tonight, we're gonna do a speculation. We got a real clear politics map, and Red Day and I are gonna go through it together and how we think it's gonna play out. So you guys will be able to join in, throw comments, chat, or how you think it's gonna go. All right. So our next little bit of information tonight is a win for us. Okay. Hopefully, it's a potential win for us in the state of Arizona. Check this shit out, bro. Judge orders, this is a state judge, by the way. Judge orders Arizona Democrat Secretary of State to release a list of 218,000 registered voters who did not provide proof of citizenship. Bro, you know how big that shit is in fucking the state of Arizona if it actually goes through?
is there enough time to clear everything? Is the question.
Yeah,
I mean,
that.
Arizona was already the state that I figured was going to take the longest to count
So
because
so
they
here
had the most problems last election.
So here's what's been going on the way I've been following it in the state of Arizona, right? So like the RNC and whatnot, and you know, the state party, they were suing. to get these. They wanted to get things. They wanted to get illegal voters off their rolls, right? So that's what every state should be doing anyway, right? So it went into the process about a month ago, which again we've talked about this before on the show about how we wait for the fucking last minute, the 11th hour to do shit when we should have did this shit. We should be doing this shit yearly on an annual basis. We should be checking our voter rolls and removing people. We shouldn't be waiting to a big ass election, all right, to remove 218,000. That's a whole county of people. All right. So anyway, with that said, uh, it got stopped, right? So like they countersued. It's a Democrat, what do you call it, Secretary of State and whatnot, and they fucking, they countersued and stopped it. All right, they were able to get it stopped. So the state Supreme Court jumped in and was like, no, we got to see. You got to release that list. This is according to law. We're supposed to be looking at this, okay, to make sure that we don't have illegal voters or people who are just registered improperly. And I think, like in Virginia, and I have to take a look at it a little bit more. And Jonathan throws up this for UK. Fascism is the praxis of civilian syndicalism. So left wing as a Marxist. Nice.
Say that
Jonathan
3 times
always.
fast.
Yeah, I know. Jonathan, he's always dropping shit. Jonathan be throwing tongue twisters at me. I'm like, God damn it, I gotta pronounce this shit. He's just a smart dude, man. Uh Kay responded to you, Jonathan. So anyway, you know, we'll go back to that article. That way I can read a little bit of it so we can, so you can get a little bit more in there and stuff like that, right? So it says America First Legal. I don't know if you follow them on Instagram. I've been following them. They're the ones who are doing all this fighting for us, okay? Won big today in a lawsuit against Arizona Democrat Secretary of State Adrian Fontes. The Superior Court of Arizona ordered Secretary Fontes to release the list of up to 218,000 registered voters who did not provide proof of citizenship as required by law. Secretary Fontes must release the list by Monday. So, it's he's been fighting the fight to try to stop it because, like, again, it's all about cheating for them, right? And they American First Legal they started this fight in a whole bunch of different states, right? And
Well,
I'm just glad that a judge is like, no, you have to provide that list. The state law says that not only state law, but it's federal law too. Okay, you're supposed to fucking check for unregistered. The state laws match the federal law, right? So like that's what happened in Virginia. Virginia has a state law that's been on the law since 2006 that allows them, okay, which they shouldn't even have to have a fucking law. There should just be common sense. But they got a law in place that allows them, okay, to clean up their voter rolls from, not, non-citizens, right? So Arizona has the same law too. Okay, and they've been trying to do that, and the what do you call it? The Secretary of State's been holding it up.
yeah. I mean, I would like to think that it's going to help majorly, but isn't it really just still up to the counters? I mean, it's so close
No,
to the election. They can say
no.
they can they can say
It,
things things have to go a certain way, but I mean,
if
you've
the
got a
state
dirty
court,
Secretary of State, you got a dirty governor.
that's true.
Um,
But if the state court, decides, if the state Supreme Court decides to side, okay, with America First Legal and says, okay, these 218, they've proven that these 218,000 voters, okay, you have to remove them from the voter rolls. They're not allowed to fucking vote. How
well,
that's
what's
going to
the
go?
account
How are you going to actually, how they would in the last minute actually be able to, you
five
know,
five
you know,
days out,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
5
Like
days
how they
out.
would actually be able to fucking, what do you call it? Prove that, these people are not voting. I don't know, man.
So are they
I'm just,
gonna? How long is it gonna take? First of all, how many of those 218,000 already voted?
that's
And
a good thing.
how long is it going to take them to weed those out
Yeah,
of the already counts that they have?
I
And
agree.
what's the fucking punishment or accountability for people that don't follow the rule? The
That's the
only
problem.
accountability I see out there is they lose their job. That's it.
That's
And
that's the problem.
some of these are elected politicians that even when they're Republicans are calling for them to go, work with. They need to step down. They need to step aside. That's it.
That's
They
the
should be going to
problem.
fucking prison.
That is the problem, is that there's no kind of retribution for shit like that, right? Like there's nothing.
Nothing.
I'm sure there's
Absolutely
penalties,
nothing.
right? But the reality is, like, we live in a
There's
world
not even a
today that
fine.
you can fucking shoot somebody in the face and the next day you're gonna walk, right? So like, for someone for election fraud,
Look at that
I
woman.
personally got
Say, look at that woman from Connecticut. They know her name. She was a poll worker.
The ballot stuffer that they got on video every day coming and stuffing the ballot box. Yeah.
They know
She just got
exactly who
fired.
she is. She got
That's it.
fired.
That's
That's
it. They
it.
just fired her. But Connecticut is a
Those
is a
people should
communist
be
state
in
too.
jail minimum
I agree, man.
10 years. Minimum
I
10
agree,
years. No parole.
bro.
Teach
You won't.
you have to put the punishment has to be severe enough that people don't do the behavior. That's what
I
it
agree,
is.
man. Yeah, bro. You don't have to.
If you were a drunk driver and you lost your license for a weekend, nobody would give a shit about getting caught drunk driving.
Right.
You lose your license for a fucking year, you might lose your job. You're gonna have a fucking hard time doing anything without your license.
Right.
It's supposed to be a deterrent.
I agree, man. You're not like I said. You'll never get me to fucking disagree with that sentiment, man. We should be making people fucking pay. That there's got to be
It's insane.
absolute. There's got to be absolute. You got to slam people, man. They got to be doing some serious time. Like it's got to be a mandatory sentence of 10 years without parole. Just on a small scale, right? Just 10 years without parole, period. No chance of parole. You're gonna, any kind of election fraud. It's just, you know, we're constantly telling people get out to vote, get out to vote, but then they see shit like this, right? They see videos of this cunt stuffing ballots and shit like that for days upon days upon days, and then they only hear that the only punishment she got was she got fired. That was it. Not serving any time, and get it. I get it. Connecticut is a communist state too. I get it, right? But still, it should just be. We can't depend on the federal government to be like, "Hey, you broke fucking voting laws and stuff like that, and you're gonna do federal time because look who's running the DOJ right now." Right, the deep state's running the DOJ, and they want people like Kamala Harris because she's part of that mess too.
That honestly, I think that would be the biggest thing that Trump could do. I don't know if he has the authority to do it or it's even something that, obviously whatever he does, it's just like 2016, they're going to freaking serve him lawsuits and judicial, blockages like every chance they get.
Yeah,
But I would love for him to clean up the freaking electorates where all these counters, because if they
uh,
could just do that, that would have probably a bigger impact than probably have a bigger impact and probably be easier than knocking out the fucking corrupt legislature.
yeah, I agree.
Make the elections fair again and legit, and
Yeah,
watch the fucking Democrats in the House and the Senate fucking start dropping like flies because they don't have these fucking people counting bullshit numbers for them.
yeah. Kay says
Even on
just
the Republicans, the rhinos, like I don't even understand how these fucking rhinos have been in office for fucking 30 years. Like Mitch
they're in
McConnell. Mitch
they're in
McConnell, who's that guy? Lindsey Graham, I think he said he's going to retire in January.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
fucking riddance. We needed you out fucking 20 years ago.
Red Day, it's they're in office because the people continue to put them in, right? So they get
Are
money
they
for their
really
state.
though?
Yeah, it is
Oh
a
no.
fucking it is an emotional people vote emotionally, bro. Now, a lot of people have been waking up, right? Since Trump has actually woken a lot of people up. And people, goes back to, 2015 through his presidency and obviously, what happened in 2020 and now, right? A lot of people have actually woken up. As you can see, the Democratic Party has hemorrhaged black voters, Hispanic voters, women, Asians, every demographic. They're hemorrhaging voters because he's lifted the curtain up for people to see behind the curtain, right? Pulled it aside. All right. We still for forever people have been voting emotionally. I like this guy, because he talks really nice. And in a state like where Lindsey Graham's from, in a state like South Carolina, which is a little bit more affluent than it was when he became a senator, all right, he has brought a lot of money and a lot of business into the state. So people are working and they can't see past the fact that he's a warmonger, he's a fucking swamp creature, that he's part of the military industrial complex, and the same kid he will send your kids to war because he doesn't have any kids, right? He doesn't have a family. He's not married. Doesn't have any kids. He doesn't give a rat's ass about anybody. Doesn't care about anybody in his fucking state. He's a multimillionaire. He's a multimillionaire based on fucking being insider, right? He insider trades just like all of them. They're all fucking scum, So people vote
But you know what?
emotionally.
And it's a shame though because we would seriously be better off letting these rhinos lose
I
and
agree.
then replacing them with better people. Like
Listen,
a couple of the podcasters that I follow, they say straight up, they're like, "Listen, I'm not going to vote for somebody I'm not going to vote for someone just because they have an R after their name.
it's true.
If they're, they're a swamp rat that have been around for 20, 30 years, have done nothing, have been dirty, they never seem to be there when we need a vote. We need a vote just to go 2 or 3 votes our way. They
Yep,
always let us down. Just
yep.
fucking let them lose. Let them lose, and 4 years later, fucking get somebody who's going to actually represent the damn community.
It's
Because if you leave them in, this is why you have people running around saying, "I fucking hate Republicans. Oh, two wings of the same bird. I'm just
yeah,
blackpilled. The whole
yeah,
system's fucked." Yeah,
yeah,
get them
yeah,
fucking out.
yeah.
Get them
Yeah.
out.
See,
Take
bro,
over the damn party already.
you're making a solid point, man, and it is a true fucking point what you're making. All right, but what you have to understand again, it still falls on the people. You and I have talked about
Oh
this.
yeah,
We've
it's up
said it
to the
on the show.
people to do it.
We
Mhm.
we said it on the show on more than one occasion. Okay, I said it in my videos. If you don't fucking primary these motherfuckers out and start making them feel it, okay? Politicians don't fear the mass. They don't feel. They don't feel they do not fear us at all. Okay, because they
Oh,
know,
they're
like
all
I just said,
insulated.
they know, like I said, okay, that like I just said, that emotionally people are going to continue to vote for them, right? But because people don't do their due diligence, you've heard me say it on the show, you've heard me say it in my videos. Fucking read about who it is that you're going to vote for when you get your ballot, okay, for your state, and you can download your ballot way before you vote. You can do your own history on stuff, and there's so much information on these fools, especially the ones that continue to let us down, like you said. All right, there's so much proof that they do not need to be in office anymore. It's easier to do it in the House, right? Because if it's someone who's a congressman or a congresswoman, every 2 years they have to fucking run for election. If you just started there, because the Senate is 6 years, right? So you vote somebody in, you got to wait 6 years before you can vote them out. But if you just start with the House and start punishing these motherfuckers, okay? What? We voted for you in a landslide, and we got you fucking elected, and you voted on all these fucking stupid bills with an incoming president who's a dementia patient and all this other shit. Nah, fuck you. When you come up in 2 years, you can kiss your ass goodbye. Go fucking the millions you made, go spend it all. You're not gonna make any more money off of us, all right? And we're gonna put somebody else in. Because that's another thing that has to stop. That insider trading shit has to fucking come to an end. Until that shit comes to an end, these guys are gonna continue to fucking milk it, and they're gonna keep jacking each other off in a circle jerk and whatnot, and it's just gonna be a disaster, continue to be a disaster. But people have to fucking get up off their ass, do their due diligence, research these people. If you don't know about them, research them. There's so much information out there in today's day and age. There's no reason why you can't know what's going on and who the fuck is who. So speaking of the military industrial complex, here we go. We got some more shit for us to fucking rant about.
It's going good so far, man.
Yep, here we go.
Or not. Mhm.
Yes. The US is sending 425 million in military assistance to Ukraine. Washington, Pentagon announced Friday it was sending, that's today, people, an additional 425 million in military assistance to Ukraine as Kiev prepares to face Russian forces augmented by more than 10,000 North Korean troops. I did a fucking video on the North Korea Russo fucking thing the other day. I this is the third time I am in 3 weeks. Okay, 3 weeks. All right. I added it up. I have made fucking a video about this on 3 separate occasions about the money going to fucking Ukraine. All right. In the last 3 weeks, it comes out to, I'm gonna round it up, $1.3 billion, America, in 3 weeks we've sent to these fools. Here we go. And Jonathan says 35 trillion in debt, the American people won't wake up. Yeah, it's they're wondering why the dollar is fucking lost like almost 90% of its
Yeah.
value.
You know what people are screaming about today? Oh my God, they want to take my abortion rights away. That's all they fucking care about.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you got,
Fucking,
pendejos like fucking Mark Cuban touting that, and the Avengers assembling together to vote for Kamala and all that other shit. I've seen that bullshit. I don't even want to play that, America. Go look that up. That shit is just a bunch of fucking idiots getting together sounding like the morons that they are. Go ahead, man. I gotta fix something.
okay. No, the sad thing is that if Trump gets elected, this money laundering bullshit stops
Yeah,
literally immediately.
that's what it
He's
is,
not
man.
going to send. This did not have people. People have short attention spans. This bullshit was not happening before 2020.
Yeah.
This wasn't happening. This happened under Biden. You
Yeah.
have all these
Well,
conflicts around the world. You have Israel. You have fucking Ukraine. You have South Korea under threat.
right.
You
Well,
have
to be clear,
African nations doing bullshit.
to be clear, America, he's not talking about the military industrial complex not existing and the shit going on with fucking ongoing wars and everything. What he's talking about is the escalation in the Middle East. Okay, the escalation in between Russia and Ukraine and now North Korea. And Jonathan actually schooled me on this. North Korea and Russia had a what do you call it? They have an agreement, a
Hmm.
written agreement with each other, a treaty with each other, and that once the Ukrainian they attacked Kursk recently, and that set off kind of like our what do you call it, Article 5 with NATO, and North Korea jumped in, but also North Korea. All right, they're looking to get some experience for their troops, right? Because in case World War III pops off, if you don't think that fucking North Korea is going to get smashed, they're going to get smashed. Now, does that mean they're going to have enough time to get all their people through Ukraine, and not massacred and stuff like that? Because they haven't fought since fucking Incheon in the 1950s. You know what I'm saying? And even then, we were fighting more Chinese than we were North Koreans at that time. Um, so, this whole thing going on in Ukraine is just this is a powder keg just waiting to go off.
Do you remember? Just like not a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, freaking Zelensky met with Trump. Do you actually know what went down in that meeting? Because I don't remember.
All right, so he kind of gave Trump a little bit of an ultimatum, which I'm sure Trump looked at him like he was fucking stupid. Either Ukraine gets nuclear weapons or we get into NATO. So essentially, either you protect us or you let us have nuclear weapons. Because if you remember, with the collapse of the Soviet Union, when all of that shit was fucking coming down in the 1990s and whatnot, Ukraine gave their nuclear weapons up at the time and stuff like that.
He's
So he kind of gave.
he's not gonna give them nuclear weapons. There's no way.
There's
That's
no
not
way.
Trump's style.
And he's not going to give him NATO either. Actually, to tell you the truth, I just read something. The NATO countries they had another summit on something else, had nothing to do with NATO, and they're all like they're not feeling fucking bringing him in, and that's a good thing, all right, because
They
we don't
shouldn't.
need that fucker. We don't need that motherfucker in NATO. I've said it a million times. I'm constantly talking about this fucking midget. Okay, he is not our friend. He is Putin light. Putin's not our friend either. He's done the same thing that
No,
Putin has done in Russia. He's done in fucking Ukraine. He suspended elections this year. He was supposed to get elected for president again this year. In the spring. He suspended them. They're living under martial law in the Ukraine because of By the way, the whole country's in fucking martial law, but in their major cities they got clubs and all kinds of shit still going. They live in fucking lifestyles. Their beaches
absolutely.
did well. Their beaches did well over the summer and everything like that with fucking tourism and all this other bullshit. So they're not a war torn country like the whole country is to shit and everything like that. It's not like World War II where like a whole fucking country has been decimated.
No.
So
Did I
this
ever tell you that
motherfucker.
I have extended family there?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know.
My dad married a Ukrainian woman,
Okay.
and you know, online. It was just like a long time ago, probably like around 15 years ago at this
Oh,
point.
the mail order brides from like the 1990s, early 2000s.
Kind of,
I
not
saw a thing on
exactly, but yes, similar.
I saw a thing on ABC about that. No, I'm just fucking
Uh-huh.
with you.
No, it's okay. I mean, that's what it was.
I know a
And
few I actually know a really I
she's here,
served with
but
somebody.
yeah. So she's been here for the last 15 years. She became a citizen. She went through
Mhm.
the ridiculous process of becoming a citizen. She did it the right way though. She's legal,
Right,
and she still has family over there. She's got daughters. She's got a son-in-law.
right,
She's got a mother still back there. She got
right,
grandkids, and I was talking to my dad, and I was like, yeah, how are they? He's like, yeah, they're like 2 hours outside of Kiev, and I said, oh, are they in any danger? He's like, oh yeah, he said it's pretty bad over there. If you watch the news, oh, it's so rough over there. But
right,
we're getting ready to send them care packages. I'm like, how? How are you sending them care packages? He's like,
right.
well, we send them through UPS.
So
I'm like,
UPS is delivering shit to fucking Ukraine.
UPS is delivering in the middle of a war zone. He's like, well, I guess so. I'm like, Dad, that's not a fucking war zone.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a war zone. Yeah. Listen,
We're sending them. I mean, that's okay to send them stuff because I mean, it's true. They are in some ways. You have to be careful over there. They are like especially like if you're like if you're a young male, they are trying to like enlist forcefully
oh,
enlist you into the
oh,
army.
they're
But
conscripting people. No, no, they have a problem, okay? I don't know if you know, they have a huge problem. They have the estimate
we're
of up
running
to
out of
8.
soldiers.
Yeah, they have an estimated of, I think it's estimated that they have about 8 million fighting age men that left the country before as the war started.
Yeah, they
So
just
they're
took
like,
off.
they just took the fuck off, right? So that's like 8 million man force that can't get conscripted. It's bad, man. Listen, I feel for the Ukrainian people. Do I feel they have a right to defend themselves against the Russians? Absolutely. They have a right, but they're constant. We're just blowing money on them, and like you said, it's all about laundering, right? Because they help. Uh, Biden fucking, he threatened them. When he was vice president, they wasn't going to give him the $1 billion that we are going to give him if they didn't take care of the Burisma shit, because the Burisma shit that was going on was going to implicate his son and his son's homeboy and everything. And that was back in the day. Um, and before Trump, and it was right at the end of the Obama administration, and his son was going to be implicated in a lot of shit. A lot of dirt was going to come out about how much money the Biden family was making. All right, they've made millions of dollars not only off of Burisma but off of China too. Okay, and it's a payoff, man. So when Ukraine got, what do you call it, invaded by Russia, all right, fucking what's his face, Zelensky, okay, was like, hey, I may have not been the president then, but I'm the president now, and I know where all the fucking bodies are from all the dirt that you guys did and stuff like that. And so what they do, they just ran to, I'm gonna stroke him a little bit and fucking we'll help him out. We're not gonna give him troops, but we're gonna just blow all our money, and we'll, the military industrial complex is they're just putting shit out left and right. We gave him a whole bunch of old shit, which in my opinion, we should be using the old shit and using it to, train our own fucking troops, but we gave it to them.
Yeah,
And,
should.
it's just a disaster, man. That country is a fucking disaster.
I laugh whenever I see like an article or like I don't know who like they have lawsuits for like FOIA requests and they're trying to uncover all this shit.
Yeah.
And there's like a news story that comes out that says, "Oh my God, did you hear? They've uncovered that the Joe Biden has actually received $25 million from this, from something about Ukraine or they some dirty money thing." I'm like, if you honestly think 25 million is like a significant chunk of what that man has actually received under the table,
Yep.
your eyes are not open enough. This guy has
Yep.
gotten trillions of dollars. All that 10% for the big guy, he's gotten so much goddamn money squirreled away somewhere, probably on Epstein's Island. He's 25 million is a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
It's a
He's got,
fucking it's a fucking 30-second commercial for him on fucking, NBC. It's
yeah.
nothing.
I'm pretty sure he's got money in offshore accounts for the family and whatnot and
Absolutely.
everything.
The
And
Caymans, he's probably got investments in Russia.
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, he made money off of Russia too. So like that's been proven. I think I did something. One of my videos shitting all over fucking this whole laundering operation that's going on with Ukraine. I think I brought up a congressional report showing about how the Biden family has, the millions of dollars that they've made. Again, but nothing's gonna happen to him, right? Like, look who's the swamp is in the DOJ, and they're going to be protected at all costs. They're going to protect the Bidens at all costs and whatnot. So it, it's just fucking,
I mean,
it's shitty, man.
The Bidens, the Clintons, the Obamas, the Bushes,
Yeah,
they're all fucking dirty.
fucking Cheneys.
The
Uh,
Cheneys, yep.
they all fucking suck, man. They all suck donkey dick. I fucking hate them all, man. And I'm tired of seeing. John is like 10% for the big guy.
Yeah, exactly. 10% to the big guy.
Yeah. Um. You know.
People are still not even awake to Hunter Biden's laptop. They just think that incriminates Hunter. And
Yeah.
that doesn't just incriminate Hunter. That just
Yeah.
incriminates him on his, like, what he does every weekend. But
Yeah.
that
It just
incriminates his dad to hell.
Yeah, it was, he had a whole bunch of information on there with the tax evasion. His father was linked in with the tax evasion. You see, but they waited for the DOJ when they brought charges up. They waited that when they were going to bring up charges. They waited for the statute to what do you call it? The hell's the word I'm looking for? Jesus.
Statute of
Uh,
limitations.
yeah. They're waiting for that statute of limitations to go by, and then they were like, "Oh, we can't do anything right now because statute of limitations is passed." And stuff like that. So it's like, you guys weren't gonna do anything anyway, you motherfuckers, you rat fuck bastards. You know.
Did you hear? Did you hear about the guy that was caught with Paul Pelosi? Remember when the
Oh
police busted in? Did you hear
yes,
about how that guy that got sentenced?
yeah, they gave him life or some shit like that, right?
Life without parole. For what? For hitting the guy with a hammer?
Well, not only that. Well, listen, man, think about it, right?
There are
So, like,
people that push people and kill people in front of subways in New York City that get out within 30 days.
bro, he didn't just hit him in the head with a hammer. He was fucking banging Paul Pelosi. Okay, dude was getting his cheeks clapped, and they don't want to get that. They don't want to let that out. In
Well, they
today's
won't
day and
admit.
age, yeah, in today's day and age, it's okay to be a fucking flamer, right? Like you could be a pato, and nobody's gonna really give a fuck. So, excuse me, sorry,
Not
my
if
camera.
not if you're Paul Pelosi. That's a bad thing. That's
Yeah,
a
but
bad look.
right, yeah. So, but if you're Paul Pelosi, you can't be a fucking pato, and
Makes Nancy look horrible with her
yeah, he was
fucking
definitely.
$50 ice cream.
Yeah, so I don't know. They're probably gonna off that dude in fucking jail too. Never
Probably.
know, man. It wouldn't surprise me.
I'll never see sunlight again.
Yeah, he's fucking toast. Sorry, my camera's just acting the fuck up. Uh, Anyway, let's get back into some political stuff. It's a little 3-minute video from CNN. Okay, you can see like they're afraid. All right, this is from today, I think actually. It was either yesterday evening or today. They're afraid
Mm,
about what's going on. The numbers aren't looking good for Kamala, so they're in a little bit of a
yeah,
fucking panic mode.
I
Uh,
love it.
says CNN's N10 says there's a slight hint of Trump momentum 4 days out from election.
Slight
A
hint.
slight hint. CNN senior data reporter Harry Enton said Friday there's a slight hint of Trump momentum across the 7 key battleground states just 4 days before the 2024 election. So you don't even have to take my word for it. We'll take his word for it. Hopefully I won't get a stupid ad.
Can you believe it? We are just 4 days out from Election Day, but this morning more than 62 million Americans have already cast their ballots in early voting. CNN senior data reporter, come on in, Harry Enton.
Got my exercise in.
Good times. He's joining us now to look at where things stand in the battleground states. According to polls, I mean, we've been watching this. You have been talking about just how historic this could be because it's so tight. Is there any shift, anything new that you're seeing out there?
I mean, look, it's just tight. I guess that we're familiar to a little bit more blue across these battleground states than we're seeing right now. But look, it's historically tight, right? Arizona's the widest margin at +3 for Trump. Georgia +2, +1 in North Carolina. A tie in Nevada. You come over here, I think the biggest shift is we're used to seeing blue down here, less than a point lead for Harris in Wisconsin, a point lead in Michigan. But it's actually red. We got red in Pennsylvania. If you take
Did you hear him? It's actually red. It's red in Pennsylvania. Yo, it was so hard for him to get the red out of his fucking mouth. He did not want to say that it's red.
It's actually red.
Yes, it's red. It's red. My throat hurts. Sorry. You got a halls over there or something like that? Got to clear my throat up. I need some water. It's red.
Lozenge.
Fucker. Oh.
They're not
taking
even.
average
The funny
polls,
thing is,
again, it's so tight. But it's Trump by barely, less
So is
than a
Paul
point
Pelosi.
in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. But the bottom line is this. This has been a historically tight race. It continues to be a historically tight race. And I really have no real concept of who is going to win on Tuesday. If you, the viewer, do know, please give me a call at 718-POLSTER, and then you could tell me.
Don't believe it, Harry. I don't think anybody.
Yeah, you see her? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Yeah, what she's trying to say is I don't believe that fucking Trump is up. I can't believe this shit.
I think. I mean, how many did that get? Did that get Yeah, excuse me. Did that guy get paid like $1,000 every time he said historically tight?
Yeah, he's got to get paid by the fucking word.
He got
It's
a.
historically
He
tight.
probably made a bet. He made a bet with his director how many times he could
Yeah,
get out historically tight in the same
yeah.
segment.
It's like it's historically tight. Like I wish my fucking culo was this tight. Motherfuckers, man. Let's get
Understand
it.
how they
Let's
have
finish.
jobs.
Yeah. I just don't get
He
it.
goes. But
He's
there
been
is always
he's been
this race to
stressing all week, by
270
the
to
way.
see
I've
who
been
gets
seeing him
the
all week.
electoral votes they need to win. What is that looking like?
Yeah, so, essentially I want to point out a few little things here. If we look right now, sort of in the momentum that we're kind of seeing here. This, I think, kind of gets the point that I was trying to make, a shift perhaps and a little bit of momentum here. If you took an aggregate across the battlegrounds last month, a month ago in October, when I can't believe that was a month ago, it was Harris by less than a point. You'll look here now on November 1, it's Trump by less than a point across the battleground states. But the key thing to keep in mind is that the average state polling miss is this. It's 3.4 points. So when you see stuff like this and you're going from less than a point to less than a point, you could say maybe there's a slight hint of Trump momentum, but that is well within any margin of error, Sarah. That's well within any margin.
They're trying to gaslight their own people.
Just so
You see how hard it is for them to fucking. They definitely, they are gaslighting the fuck. Okay.
I will say this though.
Hang on.
Despite
Hold on. Jonathan says, I work for Amazon. The Harris campaign rented a bunch of space to store their signs in our warehouse. They aren't moving.
probably.
Holy shit. That's fucking epic, man. Uh, Kay's like, it's fucking. Kay's like, it's so beautiful and fulfilling to watch. I agree so much. Oh,
Well,
oh, I love it, man.
but you know what the
Oh,
scary thing is that despite the fact that you have these like CNN, they won't give it up, right? They
no,
won't just be
they
like,
don't want to.
oh, and I understand they're not going to say like the whole thing, but like in certain states, they should just be like, yeah, Trump's pulled ahead, it's not looking good.
Yeah.
Just as simple as that. They don't even have to be so specific. They could just be like, yeah,
Ooh,
it doesn't look good for Kamala in this state or in this state or in this state or whatever the
right.
states are,
They
because
can't be honest, man.
we know that that's true, and yet
Yeah.
even with even with that, um, they try so hard to hold back on the language. In the last 48 hours, I have seen more libtards online fucking scared out of their
Yeah.
gourd
Here,
that Trump is
here.
going to win. Like, I don't remember this in 2020.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember. They just were so
No,
fucking cocky and
they were
confident.
confident. They were very, very confident in 2020. Hey, Jonathan says,
Not
hey,
this
check it
time.
out. He says, what's funny is the warehouse is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They can't even get him to move in Pittsburgh, which is a blue fucking city. Awesome. That's just great
Yeah, I
shit.
thought Pittsburgh was kind of blue.
Let's close these fucking bendojos out. 2:20. Yeah, we got about another
so
minute
tight.
left.
Nobody should be making any predictions, is what you're saying.
Nobody should be making
Oh, don't
any
make any
predictions, but
predictions.
I'm going to just kind of show you what's going on here in
watch
terms
this
of that map that
bro.
you asked me.
Check it
Look,
out.
Donald Trump, 281 electoral votes, right? If we take it across, because he gets here on the East Coast, right? He gets Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia. He gets Arizona, Nevada, way too close to call. Gets to 281. But what happens, sir? What happens? I mentioned that 3.4 points. Yeah. What if you get a polling miss that benefits Kamala Harris?
So
then she wins all of these states, all these battlegrounds.
Not going to happen.
Here as well on the Southwest, you get Kamala Harris to 319. But the polling miss could go the other way, right?
So hard.
And then Trump gets all these states, all these states, all these states, and you get Trump to 312 electoral votes. So the bottom line is this, Sarah Seidner. I didn't know who's going to win on Monday. I don't know who's going to win on Friday. I'm not going to know until the votes are cast and the ballots are counted. This election is historically close. And again, if you know who's going to win, please give me a call so I can actually inform the audience.
Come on, Harry.
Okay, look at
you got the numbers. You stick with those.
Thank you.
Let me just say this though. What's the point of even having a segment like this?
I know.
You literally just like filling 3 minutes of time with nonsense.
Yeah.
Like you I mean, you don't even want to say either way. You just I don't even understand what you're even trying to put across. You're not providing any information. You're not providing any analysis. For 3 minutes, he was just like, he literally even said, if anybody knows what's going to happen, call me.
Yeah.
Like, he has no who is this? I mean, who are these people that are even supposed to be their like election? Don't they have good analysis? I mean, it sounds like when they're trying to predict what a hurricane's going to do, like 10 days out. When it's
Hang on.
barely past, when it's barely out of Africa. Oh, we don't know. Is it going to hit Florida? Is it just going to fizzle? We don't even know. But oh my God, let's get worried now. Start buying toilet paper and water. And
Here we got some chats, some people interacting. We got Jonathan's Pit So Blue. They have they have an Antifa chapter. Holy shit. That doesn't surprise me. Kay says
well,
they don't be a it's an insurance policy in case they're able to steal it. No, so no one could question. Yeah, that's a good way. And guess who showed up?
yeah, I
Say
guess
what's up
that.
to us. Rosie the Riveter says, you're so right. The trolls are out in full force on Truth Social. The best phrases are Kamala to save America. What the fuck was she doing for 4 years already? Fucking idiot trolls. Oh, we got NH is here. Say hello to everybody. Hello, guys. Rogue Nina here. Hey, Scott. It's one of your peoples.
Hey, Nina. You know what though, too? Oh damn! I lost my thought just like that. Um, I've actually seen people like starting to push back when like the common question, like what has Kamala done
Yeah.
in 4 years? I'm not even so cared about what she did in the last 4 years. I like to ask people, what did she do before she even made it
Yeah.
to the White House? Because if you
Well,
look
what
at
has
her
she done
record
her
when
whole
she was a
career?
senator, yeah, record as a senator, record as a prosecutor, it don't look good. Not that
No.
she didn't do anything. It's just that what she did was pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, she wasn't a
And
good she wasn't
yeah,
good at her job there.
well,
She,
she was no, just the opposite. She was good. You know what she was good at? She was
I
good
see.
at locking guys up for like
Yeah.
minimal fucking crimes and then
Yeah.
keeping them in jail.
Yeah. And
And so what I've had,
including hiding what do you call it, evidence to keep someone who was on death row and whatnot
yep,
on death row. Um
absolutely.
they were using what do you call it, they were using fucking prisoners for
Yeah,
slave
cheap
labor
labor.
and whatnot. It was just crazy.
So
And
what people started, so what liberals started doing was they were asking, so what did Pence do in 4 years? And I responded back to like 5 different people this week, and I was like, absolutely fucking nothing. And you know
right.
what? That's why I wouldn't fucking vote for Pence for fucking president.
Right.
I
Right.
wouldn't vote for his ass either. You're right.
Yeah.
Guess what?
But
He was
but
useless. And guess what? He's not running because no one would fucking vote for him. Did he even throw his name into the election this year?
he did
He
actually in the
said he was
beginning.
going
He did.
to.
No, he did. He was up on stage and everything. No, he
He
did. He
did.
went to a what do you call, yeah, he did.
How long did he last? Did he last more
He,
than a month?
he lasted like a fucking hot second. That was about it. And
Yeah.
just he saw where it was going, and he had no fucking path to winning any primary
Nothing.
whatsoever. None whatsoever.
Yeah,
But at least
who's going to vote for him?
at
Liz
least in the
Cheney's
case,
family. That's about it.
yeah. At least in the case of fucking Pence, right? At least he was a governor, right? Like he was a governor of a fucking state. So like I mean, we wouldn't vote for him anyway. But I'm just saying, at least he has some fucking executive experience. What the fuck has she done?
He did.
Kate says she's done nothing other than be a catastrophic fool, facilitating disaster and ruining lives. Um, Anyone watch the Rogan JD Vance podcast? Jonathan, I started watching it. I haven't finished. I have to go back and finish it. I had shit come up, and unfortunately, I couldn't fucking finish it and whatnot. But I know you sent it to me, and I actually started watching it and whatnot. And I just didn't
But
get a
to
chance to
Jonathan,
finish it.
but to Jonathan and you, is it worth watching? Because I didn't even really
Yes.
care.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, man.
Okay.
I watched about a half hour of it because like I had shit come up and stuff like that. I had something to do, right? And bro, listening to I knew who JD Vance was before he got picked as a senator. I knew about him, and it's fantastic, bro. The guy is a fucking genius, man. He's no mental midget. He knows how to navigate an interview. He knows how to answer things. And what I like about him more than anything, because I actually saw some other clips too, is if he doesn't have knowledge on us on any on whatever's being talked about, especially because Joe Rogan. he goes all over the place with shit, right? Like, so you got to be ready with Joe Rogan because he just goes all over the fucking place. And he just was like, I didn't know about that. I'll look into that, stuff like that. And he'll sit there. Oh, well, why don't you tell me about it? That type of shit, so he can learn and everything. And then, hang on. Kay she says, yep, just watched it today. And Trump's interview too. They were both great. And then Jonathan he saw it. He said, yes, it was good. And then Jonathan, shout out. He says, he is actually my senator. Jonathan's from the great state of Ohio. Beautiful state. Been there on more than one occasion. My brother went to school there. They went to Akron, and whatnot. And I got friends in the Columbus area and stuff like that. So I've been back and forth to Ohio on more than one occasion. Very, very beautiful state. Very, very good people and whatnot. So, it's good, man. When you come back, Red Day, just so you know, it was a fantastic. What I saw was really, really good. Obviously, those of us who watched Trump on Joe Rogan, it was fantastic. Rogan has what do you call it, an audience that I think Trump needed, in my opinion. He's got a lot of independents that watch him and are very much into his stuff, and very much into a lot of the things that Joe Rogan is into and stuff. And I'm not sure if we lost. Did I lose you, Red Day? Hope not. Think he just shut his camera off. I hope not. Check and make sure I'm not getting any texts and whatnot. Anyway, when he gets back, this next segment, we're going to go to kind of wrap up the, what do you call it, our little talk tonight, the podcast. We're going to bring up an electoral map from Real Clear Politics. And if you're just joining us, I see a couple of people in here. Say hello to everybody in the chat so they can say what's up to us. Say what's up to you right back. And, if you got any questions when we're going through anything that we talk about, by all means, ask away. If you got any comments about something we're talking about, by all means, drop them in the chat. We'll put them up there in the comment section. We'll let everybody know what you're commenting on and stuff. And I think I might have lost them. I hope I didn't lose them. Oh, yo, you back, Red Day? I was like, holy shit.
I'm back. I had to take a quick pit stop. That's good.
Oh, okay. All right. So I was just telling everybody we're going to get into this electoral map to kind of wrap it up.
Yeah,
so that actually went perfectly because, we got set a little bit under 7 minutes so we can dive into this. All right, America. We're going to do some speculation tonight on what we think might happen. What I want to give you guys a heads up, you're going to see this is the Real Clear Politics electoral map. The states that are on there right now are, what do you call it? States that are red, states that are blue, and then the toss-ups, okay? And just so you know, New Hampshire has been placed in the toss-up category by Real Clear Politics as of today.
Okay.
All right, so
here we go.
This is what I'm thinking.
Bigger so I can see it.
Yeah, hang on.
I got it. No, I mean, I had to make it bigger on my screen. That's good.
Okay, you got it. All right, so we got everything in blue. I don't know why this is the color of likely blue. Whatever, those are probably guaranteed blue. So our toss-up states obviously are our swing states. We got Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, and North Carolina. And like I said, Real Clear Politics has now thrown New Hampshire in the mix as a toss-up state. And I did a video earlier on the week on how Trump is actually surging in the polls in that state. So for me, and then we'll clear it out, I'm still going to give New Hampshire to, what do you call it, to I'm going to say likely Democrat. What do you think on that?
Damn. It really is 50-50 there because I was just there for like 3 weeks.
Right.
And it was 50-50 when I would go on my long walks. I would see just as many Trump and Kamala signs out there. And that was not in a urban area either. That was like a very suburban area.
Okay.
So
I'm going to put lean Democrat for them because, here's the thing about New Hampshire, what everybody needs to understand. New Hampshire is a very, very, very independent state. And hang on one second. And
my problem is too many massholes have moved there.
Also on the solo pre-recorded vids. Thank you, Jonathan. Thanks, I appreciate it. This is also on the solo pre-recorded vids. Leave a comment for the algorithm. Helps with engagement. Thank you, Jonathan. I really appreciate that, man. Yeah, if you watch any of my videos, guys, go back there and leave some comments. You know, that helps with the algorithm to push my videos out. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for so you get notified when I drop videos. I usually drop them every day in between 6 and 8. Fridays, we're obviously doing this podcast, and then you know, that's just the way it goes. And occasionally I'll drop some in case you missed it on the weekends. Next couple of weekends, I'm trying to get out of my fucking communist states. I'll be packing. All right. So Jonathan says, New Hampshire's in play because of the Free State Libertarians, and I agree with that. That's what I was just going to get into that, Jonathan. New Hampshire is a very independent state, man. They have more they have more voters registered as independents than they do Republicans and Democrats. It's not an RD state like most other states, right? So they go by what they feel. And in case if anybody doesn't know what's going on in the state of New Hampshire right now, they just passed a bill protecting what do you call the women in the state, making sure that fucking men can't get into their spaces in the bathrooms, in the schools. They're protecting them in the schools and whatnot and everything, making sure little girls don't have to worry about fucking boys being in their locker rooms and whatnot or playing on their team. So that's a big issue for them in New Hampshire right now, protecting the women in their state. So, you know, I think that fucking there's a chance there. For me personally, I still think it might still lean what do you call it, Democrat, but if the majority thinks that it's gonna go freaking red, I'll put in lean Republican. You guys agree with that? You agree with that, Jonathan? Maybe lean Republican?
It's possible.
All right. So then we also got the state of Michigan. Yo, people are sleeping on Michigan, man. Trump is up in the polls there.
Are we doing this all in one take, or are we doing multiple takes here?
No, we can do another take if you have a different if you think you have something different. Absolutely, we'll do another take. I can clear them all out.
Okay.
And whatnot. So for me, I think Trump is up in Michigan. I don't think they're giving him the fucking credit that he deserves in Michigan. He's definitely up in Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin's gonna fucking lean Republican, and if Wisconsin leans Republican, I think Michigan goes with it, and they usually go hand in hand. You know, I think that North Carolina, for me, I think it's going to be likely Republican. He's fucking killing it in North Carolina. And I know North Carolina. I go back and forth to North Carolina all the time. I just think that he's going to fucking win it. Georgia, I think he's got Georgia, man. I think I think it's going to lean Republican. The black turnout in Georgia right now is not that fucking high in early voting like it was in 2020. They destroyed everybody in early voting. I think Nevada is going to probably lean Republican. He's doing good in Clark County of all places, which is where Las Vegas is at. You know, and even if Clark County goes blue, it's been going more and more red. As long as he gets more red in Clark County, I think he wins it. I think up in the Reno area, he's going to be okay. He's gaining more in the Reno area. Arizona, I don't know. So that puts it he's at 286, fam, and that's without that's if he gets what do you call it? New Hampshire, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nevada. He's at 286. He's already won, and that's without Pennsylvania and without Arizona. All right. So if he gets if it ends up being a landslide that some of us think it might end up being, even though we're not holding on to it being a landslide, and he gets Arizona and Pennsylvania, he ends up with fucking 316. So I'm gonna go ahead and what do you call it? Let me get the toss-ups back up, and then we're gonna get Red Days, what do you call it, take on this, so that he can give you what he thinks.
You're gonna be blown away by my take.
All right, no, man. We want people to know what's going on. We want people to understand that.
Is there a way to? Did you take a screenshot of what you picked?
I didn't, but I can do that. Hang on.
You should put yours back up. Take a screenshot.
Okay.
And then when we do mine, we'll do a screenshot, and on Tuesday we'll see who got more right.
All right, no problem, man.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun, and see see how we did.
Did I tell you that I have a bet with somebody? I have to bring it. I'm waiting until Sunday to bring it up. Right, I have a bet with somebody. I have a bet with somebody for 100 push-ups online.
Oh shit!
He bet me. I mean, It would take me a while to do 100 push-ups. I'm in okay shape, but I'm not in like 100 push-ups shape.
Yeah.
But he bet me that by the time the election got here, Trump would not be on the ticket, or
Oh goodness, he was way
Trump would
off.
still Trump would still be on the ticket, but they would replace Vance with RFK Jr. by the time the election got here. So by Sunday, I'm going to be like, "Your time is up, my buddy. You owe me 100 push-ups." And the bet was that he had to do it like literally online on Instagram. Yeah, it had to be
Wow.
videotaped.
Oh no
And I'm going to
shit.
be sitting there. I'm going to be sitting there eating jelly donuts while he's doing his 100 push-ups. I took the one. I figured, well, I don't want that to happen. I was just like, there's no way they're just going to replace Vance
Nah, that's not. I
and
knew that
put
wouldn't.
RFK
Anybody who
Jr. in.
thought
That's not
was
how it works.
that's not how it works. It wasn't gonna. That
He
was never
was
gonna
so
happen.
sure. He was so sure that something was going to happen, and RFK
That's
Jr. would somehow be a part of the ticket. I'm like, this was back in August. I
all
made
right.
this
Hang on.
bet.
All right. So just before we get into your picks, we got All right.
Is this it?
So yeah, no, we got some comments first, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into your picks and how you see
Okay.
it. And then I'll what do you call it? I'll snap a picture of that, and then when we come back after Tuesday, just so everybody knows, we're gonna be live on Tuesday starting at 7 p.m. All right. I'm looking to see if OAN's gonna be covering what do you call it, the election and the electoral votes coming in and whatnot. If not, I'll do Newsmax. So we got here we go. We
I
got
think Newsmax is a good one to watch.
yeah, we got sounds red to me. Jonathan says, and that must have been from New Hampshire. Leans Trump at least. Here we go. Now, hang on. He says, Jonathan says, Georgia undid a lot of the COVID voting laws too. That's true.
It's true.
That is true. Kay says, okay. She says, Georgia for sure. NH says, hang on.
Yeah, Kay said that, but she's also afraid of the police.
I know. If they're making laws against men and women's spaces, I'd be there going Trump. She's laughing. Okay, and then oh, Jonathan just dropped. He's gonna be here. Jonathan said he'll be here at 8. All right, so we're gonna start the show. Jonathan, like I said, if anybody, those of you that are in the chat, Jonathan is the man behind the scenes that helps me and Red Day out to make sure that we stay on track and make sure everything is going good. And so he's gonna be here. It'll be up to you and I for the first hour, man, holding it down. All right, so now we're gonna do Red Days. All right, go ahead, man. What do you got?
You saved yours?
I saved mine. I snapped a picture and I saved it.
Well, what do you remember what the raw numbers were? What to what?
Hang on 1 second. Um, I think it was like 286 or something like that. I gotta give me a sec, man. Let me see if I have
I
it.
was just curious.
Oh, hang on. I'll find it so I can pull it up. Uh, where are you at? Hmm. Oh, here it is. Hang on. All right, so mine came up. It was 316.
Okay,
Was mine.
so this map right here is what they think
So this
is
is
going to
right now.
happen.
Yeah. So right now this is Right now this is as it stands. These are the states that Joe Biden won. Okay, and these are the states that also that what do you call it? Uh, Trump won. Okay, and then the rest are all toss-ups. The swing states.
All right, so Arizona is going blue.
Okay, hang on. Likely
Definitely blue.
Democrat. All right. Go ahead.
I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back to Nevada.
All right.
Virginia is going to go red.
No shit. I
Yep,
completely
Virginia's
forgot
going red.
about. I completely forgot about Virginia, and I did a fucking video on them. In my video about New Hampshire, I think I mentioned Virginia about being that Trump is up in the polls there too. I completely forgot about that. Go ahead, bro. Finish it.
So Virginia's going red.
Mm-hmm. I can't even change my shit now.
Georgia's going red.
Okay.
North Carolina is going blue.
Hang on.
Yep.
I don't think I'm gonna. All right. I'm gonna snap a picture of that. All right.
We will.
All right. Go ahead.
Wisconsin's going red.
Okay.
Michigan's going blue. Pennsylvania's going blue.
That puts so you think Kamala Harris is gonna win?
I'm not done yet.
All right.
Not done. New Hampshire's going blue. I mean, excuse me, no, New Hampshire's going red. Excuse me, red.
Okay. All right. And Pennsylvania's still going blue?
Pennsylvania's still going blue. Here's
Okay.
the wait a minute. Do we have another? Nevada is gonna go red.
Okay. That's all the states right there. Is there you gotta
I'm not done yet. I'm not
all
done.
right.
I'm not
Okay,
done.
you gotta change up.
Here's,
Okay. All
here's
right.
the
All right.
big here's the big surprise. Here
All right.
is the big fucking surprise.
Go for it.
New York's going red.
Oh, that is some fucking
I got
yo.
balls, baby. I got
That is some
balls, man.
fucking brass balls
I
on
got
that one,
some
bro.
balls, baby. I've been talking to my friends from the Bronx all day. There's more New York, and I'm talking New Yorkers. I'm not talking like White Plains New Yorkers. I'm talking
No,
about
no, no.
fucking
Hold
New
on.
Yorkers.
Okay, wait. Let me get there's some comments up and then we're gonna get into New York. Reddaywalker was kidding everyone. I love the police. NH still believes that New Hampshire is gonna go red. Jonathan CV says, okay, it's okay. Fucking Jonathan. Jonathan says it's okay to be suspicious of the popo. Kay says
How about that for an okay? Go ahead.
Joe Biden was nothing, but we know exactly what you mean. Hang on. Jonathan says 270 to win, so Harris won in this scenario. Wait, and then we hadn't gotten to New York yet when you dropped that. And then Kay says, what? North Carolina blue? No, I'm gonna snap a picture of this, okay? So this is gonna be the total. This is
Hey,
what he
I
thinks
put
is
my
gonna go.
mark on it.
It's
I
gonna
put
go
my
down.
mark
All right.
on it.
She says no way. NH says, hang on.
She's from
NH
Illinois.
says,
She doesn't know
yeah.
any better.
NH says AZ Arizona's red. They're contaminated, as we know, with Hobgoblin being in charge of her own government race, and all the fuckery is still happening now. Praying for traps set up everywhere for their cheating. So that's through the
Maybe
comments. So wait a minute. So fucking Red Day has predicted that New York is going to fucking flip red.
going for
Now,
it, baby.
all
Going
right.
for it.
So what is giving you that? What is giving you? And I live in New York. I don't think that's gonna fucking happen. Anything is possible
I
on
think New
election
York
day.
City. I think New York City is more red than you think. Trump has been the first Republican to do. I don't even know in how long. I can't even tell you, but it's probably been decades since a Republican candidate has gone to the fucking Bronx, has gone to Madison Square. When's the last time a Republican presidential candidate went to
1984,
Madison Square Garden?
1984, Ronald Reagan went to the Bronx.
And how many electoral votes did he win by?
Yeah,
He
he what do you
fucking
call it?
crushed it. I think he won over a ton of people, plus the McDonald's spot. It
Kay
went
says no way.
crazy. The Joe
Kay
Rogan
says no
spot
way.
went crazy. Who said that? Who said no way?
Kay says no way. Hang on. Kay says
Oh, K can go,
Kay
K's
says
from
no
fucking
way.
Chicago.
All right,
K's
so
from Chicago. She don't know any better.
that okay.
She lives
So
in Oak
here
Park.
I will say this. I live in the New
How
York
about my
City
map,
metro.
though?
I live in the New York City. That is actually interesting. It's very fucking interesting. I'm gonna snap a picture of that shit, okay? And I'm gonna make sure that I'll make
Oh,
sure to keep that and see how we did that. I
make sure
think,
you send that to Tina Forte and be like, look what Reddaywalker said.
yeah. You know what? I think I'm gonna fucking do that and say this is what Red Day predicted for Trump. I think that's awesome. That's an awesome pick.
I told you
So
the
I live in the
ultimate.
New York. I
This is
live in
the
the New York
ultimate
City.
white pill tonight, baby.
That's all
Ultimate
right,
white
man.
pill.
I'm feeling that, man. I'm feeling that fucking energy, man. We need that kind of fucking energy, bro. Go. We got 4 days left. We
Why
need
not
that.
New York? Why
Hang on.
not?
And NH says weren't all states red before the steal in 2020. Only a few counties nationwide. No, actually, Joe Biden did win
Well,
some states solidly. What they weren't all
oh,
red.
he did, yeah.
Unfortunately, he won the states that he won, not the swing states. The states that he won solidly, he won that straight up. The so going back to New York. All right. The only way that happens, so what people have to understand in the state of New York, okay, we have 5 major cities. All right, we have New York City, we have Albany, we have Syracuse, we have Buffalo, and we have fucking what do you call it, Rochester. All right, those are the 5 major cities, and we got some smaller cities in between that are pretty big, for small cities and stuff like that. And then hang on. Kay says, "You're
don't
getting it,
forget
man, bro. Kay is giving it to you, man. She's not trying to hear it. Says
don't
NC
forget
NC won't.
Hey, don't forget Nyack. Nyack's a pretty big city.
Bro, not really. I live in fucking Rockland County, bro.
I'm
No,
just
no,
messing
no.
with you.
Yeah, I know. I live, bro. Nyack's got like 10,000 people. North Carolina won't be blue. You're going to catch it, Red Day.
We'll see. We'll see.
Jonathan's Jonathan's. I'd laugh if New York or it went green. Oh,
What's
or
green?
Illinois went green. The Green Party.
What's green?
We,
Oh,
we
the
still
Green
have
Party. Oh
we
my
still
God.
have Green Party on the fucking thing. So all right. So with New York, all right. The only way for that to happen really is that he would have to carry. He doesn't have to carry all of New York City, right?
He doesn't have to carry.
Manhattan's
He's
gonna.
got to carry a couple of boroughs.
Yeah. He doesn't have to carry all of New York City. New York City obviously is the
Bronx,
most concentrated area in New York, right? And
Bronx, Staten Island.
Buffalo being next after that, then Rochester, then Albany, and whatnot. That's in that succession. But New York City is the main focus of where most of the people are concentrated as far as our biggest city in the country. So Manhattan, he's not going to get. All right, Manhattan's going to stay blue because
No,
all them
I agree.
fuckheads. If he's going to get Staten Island, Republicans always get Staten Island. Always, okay? If he picks up the Bronx, like you said, if he picks up the Bronx and he picks up fucking Queens, all right, and he picks up
Awesome.
Brooklyn, all right. And I will say this: I saw a video.
We know he's got Long Island.
Yeah, he's got Long Island. He's got fucking Long Island. But even with Long Island, they don't make up the same amount of that density, right? With that said, right, he's got Nassau. He's gonna get Nassau and Suffolk County, all right. But if he gets those boroughs that I said, I saw a video. They were interviewing some people in Brooklyn. Okay, there were the Muslim community there. They're all voting for Trump. All right. If he wins those boroughs, Manhattan could go fuck themselves. They could sit on the fucking
I think you're
cockpit
going
and
to
like
see
the
a big
ride.
I think you
Okay.
can see a big Jewish. I think you see a big Jewish population also voting for Trump.
He's got right now he's got 63% of the Jewish across the country. He's got 63%, and that's in California has a lot of Jews too, by the way, but they're more concentrated here in New York.
I still think New York's got a better chance to flip.
I so do I. I don't think he's got a chance to do California at all. But with that said, I think if he takes those counties, bro, I agree with you. If we're watching Tuesday night,
I say
people,
it's
all right,
possible. I gotta try to be positive.
hang on.
Be as positive as I can possibly be tonight.
He says lots of free Palestine in those states, but a lot of those free Palestine people are not feeling the Harris and Biden administration right now, Jonathan.
Why would they? They fucking protest them every time Kamala does
Yeah.
a rally. They're heckling her. Biden keeps sending weapons and money to Israel.
All right, so I
Why
think
would
Kay
they
is going
fucking
with you.
support Harris?
Yeah, I think Kay is going with you. He gets Queens, Brooklyn, and Bronx for
Okay.
sure. I think Kay's on board.
Okay.
I think Kay's on board. I'm definitely gonna make sure I snap a picture of that.
Yeah,
That would
snap a
be
picture because I want to rub that in Kay's face.
Yeah, no, she's with you. She seems like she's with you. That New York might be able to get flipped. Like if
Possible. Come on.
she thinks he's gonna get Queens, Brooklyn, and the Bronx. All right, if he
He
gets
gets
those
Queens,
three,
Brooklyn, and the Bronx.
yeah,
Fuck, I'll
and
take that.
Staten Island is over with.
He's
It's
already
over with.
got Staten Island.
If he manages to get fucking flip New York somehow, anything is possible, people. Fucking come election night, we don't know what's gonna happen come election
Wait,
night, right?
in New York City, where are all the Puerto Ricans?
All the Puerto Ricans are Bronx, but they're all over the city. Bronx and Brooklyn, mainly. We got them in Queens too, but mainly in the Bronx and Brooklyn is where all the Puerto Ricans are at.
My
But
friend up there told me that he lost some Puerto Rican votes because that stupid comedian.
it, I'm telling you, it's an infinitesimal amount. It's not that many, bro.
That's what I
It's the
tried to
same,
tell her, but she's
yo,
still
because
like, eh.
yeah, no, it's he lost some. If he lost any votes, Puerto Rican votes or any votes whatsoever because of that stupid comedian joke, they weren't going to vote for him in the first place. Period. That's how I see it. They weren't going to vote for him anyway. If you're that fucking hanging on
That's
the
what I
fence
think.
about
They
Trump
were
and
just, yep,
yeah, they were looking for a reason not to. That's all. And they knew they weren't
exactly,
going to, so that was the reason why they did it. Anyway, that's full of shit.
exactly.
Hang on. Jonathan's throwing something up. Uh, John says, see, Michigan is a toss up because the Muslim community is tired of the trans crap and they're mad at Dems for backing Israel. That is true. That is true.
Yeah, but the only reason
But
I'm not confident in Michigan is because of the governor, Whitmer. I don't believe that she's gonna even run a tight ship there. There's gonna be
so
so much bullshit.
Yeah, so what you
going
gotta
on there with the
understand
fucking
in Michigan, and I covered this in a video this year, is that in the state of Michigan they passed a law stating that you can't even fucking, if you think there's any fraudulent shit going on with the election, you can't say it's illegal to call the election fraudulent. I
Exactly.
don't know. I don't even know how that's even legal by the Constitution, but in the state of Michigan it is. So like if there's any shenanigans that are gonna happen, it could happen in Michigan.
Let's
But
let's
but,
not
but
forget.
there you
Let's
have
not
it.
forget somebody in Michigan got thrown into prison for being in a van with 5 FBI
Yeah.
undercovers, and
Yeah.
he was the one that got arrested for
Yeah, yeah,
setting up a
yeah.
fucking
They entrapped him. They entrapped him and
assassination
shit.
attempt. If
They
that's not
ca-
entrapment, I don't
yeah,
know what is.
yeah. They came up with this cockamamie fucking plan to kidnap Governor Whitmer, okay, and make it seem like it was some right wing nut, and they convinced the moron to go ahead with him, and then he ended up getting arrested. He got entrapped and whatnot. It's just, I know, it was the feds all along.
That's
Fucking
why I don't
three-letter
think
mob
Michigan's
fucks.
possible.
I will say this, okay. Yes, the Muslim community is not so happy with the Biden administration, Harris Biden administration, because of
Exactly.
what's going on in Israel. But I try to tell people too, I know a lot of American Muslims that have been here for a long time. They're not as fucking hateful towards the Jews as people fucking think. You know, who've been here for like a extended amount of long time. American Muslims that have been here, you know, talking about second, third generation, you know, they might be upset with what's going on with Gaza. I think a lot of them more would want peace than they necessarily want to fucking destroy Israel. Now, the Muslims in the fucking Middle East, that's a whole total different thing. That's a whole total different
See,
thing. They want to,
that's what pisses me off about all this bullshit. Is that I don't know if you saw this video that was going around this morning about I think he was some black guy in New York City who was harassing this like Jewish guy that was sitting in a deli. Did you see that one?
no, I didn't see that.
I
I didn't
I
see
don't
that.
know. I don't know
Yeah,
what happened. It was one of those things that I don't know what happened first, but it seemed
yeah,
like it was just like an old guy who was sitting there inside of like a bagel deli or something like that.
yeah.
And this black guy is there, and he's fucking like just coming at him with like he wasn't like physically doing anything. He was just like verbally just at him. He's just like, "You don't even fucking belong here. You need to get the fuck out." He's like, "Dude, this is a kosher deli. This is a Jewish neighborhood." He's like, "Fuck you. Get out of this
Well,
goddamn
well,
neighborhood."
what about
And
the
I'm like,
fucking
"Dude."
idiot? What about the?
Well,
What about
my
the? Hold on. Let me just put this up because fucking Kay says I have to head out, gentlemen. Such a great show. Thank you. Until next time, you guys. Rock Trump 2024. K, make sure you're with us at 7 o'clock. We're gonna be
I must have got a
fucking
call from the police. That's what it
yeah.
was.
The
No,
popo
what I was
fucking
trying to
ran up on our house.
But my point was this though. I don't understand. Like people are so fucking stupid. Do you honestly think this little Jewish guy fucking sitting in New York City has anything to do with
No,
what is
bro.
going on between Israel and Palestine right now?
Listen,
It's like the bullshit people that want to protest Russians here who have like the businesses or whatever. Like, do you think these Russians have anything to do with what's going on between Russia and
yeah,
Ukraine right now?
yeah, it's
Fuck
true.
you. If
It's
you don't fucking respect that these are actually Americans, that they have nothing
it's
to do with that. They come here
bro.
because they want to get away from that shit.
It's what you gotta understand, man. What about the fucking moron who's ripping down the Greek flag
Oh
at a
my
Greek
god, was
restaurant
that in New
in New
York
York
or
City?
Connecticut?
Yeah, in New York She was ripping it
Oh my
down
god.
because she was like free Palestine fans. She was ripping down the Greek fucking uh okay, just so in case you're still there, Jonathan says see ya. She was ripping down the Greek flag and saying free Palestine, and they're like, what are you doing? Like they didn't even fight her on it. They were just looking at her like she'd like the moron that she was, and they were just like, what are you
Was a
doing? That's not
moron.
the Israeli flag. So listen,
Yeah.
anybody who fucking, when we talk about the whole Israel Gaza thing, um do I personally believe that our relationship with fucking Israel, there needs to be some changes? I do. I do. I think. Do I
Yes,
think
I
that?
agree.
Do I think that fucking APAC has way too much influence on all our politicians, regardless of party affiliation? I do. Okay, that has to go the wayside. That should have got fucking kicked to the curb a long time ago. All right. Um, am I gonna side with a fucking people who from a young age, okay, are taught to not only fucking hate Jews, but to hate the Western world, and they hate Americans as well. All right. And will fucking throw you off a roof if you're a cock gobbler in their country, they're gonna toss you off a fucking roof. All right. You're a
They'll
carpet
push you in
muncher, they're
front of
gonna
the
toss you off
subway in
a
two
fucking roof.
seconds.
All right. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna toss you off a roof if you carpet munch in their fucking country. All right. They hate Western values. They have never fucking reformed their religion. They're not going to reform their religion. Their religion was fucking started. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It was started through hate and fucking war. Okay, through violence is how their religion was started. All right, they're free to practice in the
You know
state.
what?
They're free to practice here in the United States how they see fit because we have freedom of fucking religion here. I don't have to agree with their religion. It's still their
Yeah.
thing. But what I was going back to, I'm getting somewhere with this, and then I'll fucking shut up. What I was trying to say is that American Muslims are a lot different. I know because I know a lot of American Muslims. Okay, many of them who fucking you know, they love this country and they're like they just want to see peace, man. They don't want to see any more fighting. They don't. Are there some that hate Jews? Yeah. Are there some that still hate us as Americans? Yeah, plenty of it. All you have to do is look at fucking someone like the Ilhan Omar fucking chick, okay, in Minnesota. She's that type of person. They exist, all right. And I just fucking think that it's just stupid to be trying to take it out on American fucking Jews and to take shit out on fucking listen, things need to be changed. Israel is a very affluent nation. Okay, they have their fucking little democracy over there. If they want to purchase weapons from us to their heart's content, I have no problem with it. All right, but I do think things need to change because I think that the influence is more from
No,
APAC than it is from Israel.
purchasing is different.
That's what I'm saying. Like if they want, they could purchase all to their heart's
Purchasing
content.
is purchasing is different. What they did today and what they did today with Ukraine and what
Yeah,
they have been ongoing with Ukraine and Israel,
yeah.
it
That's the whole.
doesn't sound like they're purchasing. It
No,
sounds
they're
like
not
we're
purchasing.
giving,
We
we're
are.
gifting.
We are. We're giving it to them. We're totally giving it to them. But
That's a big difference.
and hang on. NH throws up. She says, yes, the dumbass taking down the Greek flag, even if it was an Israeli flag. She's a complete moron. It's true. 100% true. Thank you. Listen, people, I don't have hate in my heart like some. There's a rise. There's a rise, unfortunately, in fucking, with anti-Semitism on our side, and it's sad to see because I don't have hate like that, bro. I went to a country because my country asked me to. I went to Iraq, right? We went there for all the wrong reasons. I'm old enough and enough time has passed for me to understand that. But my country called me and I went. All right. And I still don't hate fucking Muslims and stuff like that. And I had to fight them. All right. My people, I lost friends and stuff like that. I still don't fucking hate Muslims in this country. I've suffered more racism at the hands of fucking blacks. Okay. But I still won't equate a whole race of people because of the few idiots that I've encountered in my life. All right. So like I can't run with hate in my heart like that. I don't bring up old shit, I don't revise fucking history and all that other stuff just to hate fucking Jews. I'm just not gonna do that. Like I said, do I think our relationship with Israel has to fucking change? I think we do. I think there's some changes that need to be made. They want to spend all the money that they have to fucking buy arms from us to protect themselves, by all means. But anyway, that's my rant. Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say I'm about to drop a bombshell. But Kay's gonna be pretty
Thank
upset that she missed
thank you.
this.
Thank you for your support, NH. I appreciate it. Go ahead, man.
You want to hear a bombshell?
And I agree with this too. Go ahead,
Something
man.
some, something very personal about me that I don't think I've shared on my Instagram at all.
What's that, man?
When I lived in Philly for a really long time. I lived there from '95 until about 2007.
Mm-hmm.
For 3.5 years when I was there,
Yeah.
I
I'm
was
listening, bro.
dating and living with a black Muslim
Okay.
and her daughter
Uh-huh.
and her mom lived with us for a while. She went to mosque every Saturday or whatever it was.
Me too, NH.
And you know what? I mean, aside from the fact that I was pissed off that I couldn't have pork chops, um, that was pretty
Yeah,
much
you
what I
could
pissed.
you couldn't have your chuletas, right? That's funny, man.
Couldn't have shit. In fact, there was one time when I thought that I wasn't like a big deal, and I actually cooked some. I cooked some. What was it? Ugh. I cooked some pork dish, and
Uh-huh.
I figured, well, you're not eating it. What's the big deal? It's just for me.
But the fact that you use their utensils and their fucking pot and all that other stuff, that's part of the religion, man.
She had to throw those pans out.
Yeah,
I
because
was
it
like,
was
"Are you fucking kidding me?" But
because it
that
was
was like
touched by swine.
exactly. But
Yeah, man.
her mom couldn't have been a nicer lady. She was such a sweetheart. She was, I mean, obviously it didn't work out long term, but I mean, I was still with her for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
But I mean, she was still cool. It's not like
Yeah.
she wasn't the type like she was walking around in like a robe or anything like that, or anything. We were going out to clubs and going to bars, and
They're
she was
ripping on you.
Americanized. Her mom wasn't Americanized. Her
Right.
mom wore like everything, but
Yeah.
and her daughter fucking played Pokemon. Would play with Pokemon. That's all I remember about her daughter at this point.
Yo, NH is ripping on you. Hang on. She says,
What's that?
no bacon, Scott. She says, no bacon, Scott. Wow, I couldn't do it.
No, that's the thing. That dude, I could not tell her how many times I stopped by Dunkin' Donuts in the morning. I got my bacon, egg, and cheese on the way to work. She didn't know any difference. It was gone by the time I got home at night, so she probably
Yeah,
kissed
man.
bacon. She didn't even realize it.
Listen, my only beef with the Muslims of the world really is that I know that they're good people, right? I know that many of them are good people, okay?
I know many of them. I've worked with many of them, and
my
I've
my
lived with them.
my my issue with them is that they have managed to through fear, they have let a small minority of their population, okay, take over some of their countries and stuff like that. When you look at
Yeah.
and rule through fucking fear and through terror and whatnot. So, if they all fucking just joined up and just fucking did what they had to do, some people would die, but maybe things would change. And a clear example is that if you know anything about the Iranian people, man, they're not Arabs, they're Persian. Are there Arab Iranians? Of course there are. All right, but they're Persians, all right? They're total different people, all right, and they have a total different mindset. And every time they rise up, the men in their country, it's the women in the fucking streets, right? Fighting in Iran, taking off their hijabs and shit like that. And the women getting killed in their streets every time they rise up. They were a very Western country before the Ayatollahs took over. All right. Very, very Western country. Same thing in Afghanistan. All right. Before fucking, the extremists took over. So until they take care of that, they're going to continue to have problems. As far as Israel being where it's at, I know a lot of people fucking think that they should never been given that land back. From a biblical and historical portion, it was their land and they lost it. They were kicked out of. They've been kicked out of plenty of countries. It was given back to them, and guess what they did? On 3 separate occasions, the fucking Arab world got together to fight them, and they kicked the Arabs' ass. So, in my opinion, in modern day, they earned it, right? They fucking all right. We know that the United Nations gave them that land, okay? And on 3, like I said, 3 separate occasions, the Arab world got together to try to fucking wipe them out, and they got their asses kicked. And so at this point, I feel like they earned their little strip of land.
They
Hang
have.
on, I'm with you there, Jonathan. That so many other reasons, and he says, and yes, Scott shouldn't let anyone change you. What she didn't know won't hurt her. She's talking about Kay. My half brother is with a vegan and he enjoys barbecue whenever
No, she's
he's
talking
away
about
with
my
her.
ex.
No,
She's
she's
talking
talking
about
about
my
your ex.
ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, she's talking about your ex. Yeah. He says brothers with a vegan and he eats barbecue every chance. I love it. That's awesome. But listen, man, hang on. Some more comments coming in. Yes, you're right, 100%. Things used to be different all around the world. The shit going down in this last century is not beneficial to we, the people of any countries. I agree. And that's a fantastic fucking statement, which is why, people like me and Red Day were constantly harping about we just got to slam on the fucking brakes for us as our nation. In order for us to be the beacon for the rest of the world, we have to slam on the brakes and fix some shit internally. We got a lot of shit to fix internally, all right, in order for us to be the beacon again that we once were, all right? People used to come to this country and you would assimilate almost immediately. Being an American was a fucking great thing. I still personally feel that it's like that, and many people still feel that way, all right? We're in such a harsh environment in this country that people who come to the nation can't even say that they want to be part of this nation. But then we also got people who are just swamping our border that don't want to assimilate, right? And we can't have that either. So, I agree with you, okay? But in order for us to be the beacon again, we got a lot of fixing to do. And hopefully, come next Tuesday, it's a start.
When you dump millions of people at the border all at the same time, that's where the problems start.
Yeah.
Because you're not giving them a chance. You're not giving them a chance to assimilate.
Yeah. And Jonathan's right about this, man. The small elite, they want to have it all and get rid of us. You'll have cake and eat it, and I'm gonna give you this fucking shitty cake that tastes like crap, has no sugar in it, and it just tastes like cardboard, and you're gonna fucking eat that, right? And then you're gonna like it. And you know what? You're gonna live in this cardboard box because you can't have anything. I'm gonna take your property. I'm gonna take everything away from you. That's how these people think, and we got them on both sides of the aisle. It's not just the communists, all right, in the American Communist Party, known as the Democrats, all right. We have monkeys on our side too that do fucking dumb shit.
Yeah.
Red Day was talking
Right.
about it earlier. All right, about the rhinos, all right. To me, the rhinos and the fucking ACP, they're the uniparty, okay? They
Just
they
as
they
bad.
live the same way. They're just as bad, okay? And it's a fucking terrible thing. And NH says exactly 100% assimilate. We got to get to that point, but in order for that to happen, NH, we
But
got
you
to
know
shut
what?
our border
But
down.
wait, but but that's the problem. Which she was. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's a she or he. And NH, when you talk about assimilate, that's the problem with what they're doing right now. Is that they're trying to break down what we are.
Yeah.
Right? They're literally trying to break down our core. They're trying to break down what a man and a woman is. They're trying to break down what being a kid is.
They've
They're
already
trying to break
broken the
down
family.
yeah, they're trying to break up the family unit, even like what a kid, what a kid should be at this age versus this age versus this age. They're trying to, they literally want me to believe that if someone walks in with a fucking tail hanging out the back of their pants, that I need to treat them like a fucking raccoon. And you know what? They can go fuck themselves. Okay?
Yep.
Because if that's how they want me to treat them, guess what? I'm gonna grab a fucking rake and I'm gonna bash them over the fucking head.
Come on,
And I'm
man.
sorry that I said that on your YouTube channel,
I
but
don't give
that's
a
what I
shit.
do with fucking
Don't
raccoons.
Yeah, don't come on, man. Not all raccoons are pretty good, man. You can't be killing raccoons, bro. Unless they have rabies, then you
Really?
can. There's nothing you can do about rabies, man. Rabies is just a bad thing. But listen, you're right, man. It's they've already broken the family unit down here in this country, right?
It's nonsense. They're
Uh,
breaking family. They're breaking
They've already broken
religion.
the family unit.
They're breaking
Religion is
schools. They're breaking jobs.
hang
You
on,
can't go to a job. I mean, there's literally
hang
school
on.
districts. I'm not sure if it's Michigan or Ohio where
This for you,
teachers are
Scott.
expected to have kitty litter in the fucking
Oh God, I
classroom.
saw that. This for you, Red Day.
Oh, Nina, yeah, I'm sorry. Nina, yeah.
Nina, are you following me too?
You better be
Because I didn't know.
following him, Nina.
I didn't
Nina's
know.
good.
I didn't know who you were.
Nina's
Nina,
good people.
Rogue Nina, we're glad to have you here. We really, really are. You've been fantastic in this conversation that we're having, and I saw that. I saw you. I'm not gonna listen. The one thing I'm not gonna do is, and Nina says they're breaking up humanity on purpose, right? Because they're into this transhumanism shit and all this other stuff. They've already broken the family down. All right, so I've said this on this podcast. I've said it in a lot of my videos. Okay, the communists in the fucking late 19th century, early 20th century, with the birth of communism, all right, they did everything they did in Europe, and then what they did is at the same time they started slowly but surely infiltrating Western countries. All right, in particular, they came here to the United States, and if anybody knows who McCarthy was, he was absolutely right about the commies in this fucking country. We had him. He had a list of freaking politicians, school teachers, you name it, cops, firemen, everybody. The Communist Party infiltrated this country, and then not only did they do our they're in every institution in our nation right now, not just our politicians. Okay, they're in our churches. All you have to do is take a look at any church that is fucking preaching BLM or any of this fucking alphabet mob shit. Okay, don't stop going to that church. It's fucking terrible. It's wrong. All right. So that's part of their mission is to break up our institutions, the things that make us who we are. Right. So as our nation, all right, we had some very, very devout, religious Christians, okay, who helped founded our nation. But what they understood is they didn't want to be like the fucking English with the Church of England. They didn't want a state sponsored fucking church. They wanted people to practice how they see fit because most of them, the colonials, the colonists who came, okay, were the original Puritans and the original religious, okay, who were getting persecuted, all right, and punished in fucking places like England and other places in Europe. So they came to the United States and they came to help colonize this nation. They just wanted to practice in peace. All right, we might not necessarily all agree with each other how we practice and whatnot, but the whole idea was to be able to practice in fucking peace. All right, and then when our founding fathers got together and we started making laws and shit like that, we started putting together the Constitution and we started putting together the Declaration of Independence from England first. A lot of that was based on their religious beliefs, okay, and how they felt, and just and you know, it wasn't just on religion. There was capitalism in there and stuff like that. You know, people being able to have their own property. It was just being a basic human being with basic human rights given to us by God, and all of that came from that. You know, so you know, it's the commies want to break it down. They've broken down a lot of that shit in our nation. Okay, and it's time for us to get it back. But we as a people have to get it back. We can't expect anybody else to fucking do it for us. And I personally think it starts hopefully next Tuesday.
Hope to God.
Because I'm positive everyone here is on the same page. We know and we're not shy about telling anyone what we know. Absolutely. We gotta speak to each other and we gotta talk. Which is why, Rogue Nina, you got to get people to come here and come see me and Red Day together on Friday nights. All right. And just another heads up, we will be starting at 7 p.m. election night. Hang on. Jonathan, by the way, Jonathan is a student of fucking the communist movement, man. We talk about this all the time. It's a part of Marx's early works on the utopian socialist man. They're following it to the T. Since the late 19th century,
Sure.
early 20th century, they have been in it.
Kamala is we know Kamala is a Marxist.
She grew up a Marxist, okay? And you know, everything she says that comes out of her mouth, she can't even hide that she's a Marxist. All right? Everything that comes out of her mouth is Marxist in nature.
She can't help but quote Marxism.
Yeah. Like constantly she's quoting it, you know. And America, we cannot afford to let that woman become president. You know. So you saw what Red Day and I, what we were speculating how it's going to go, all right, on election night, and we both believe that Trump's going to win. We got two different paths, all right.
I won't be wearing white that day. That day, I'm going to be wearing red.
Yeah, I got to find my fucking red shirt. You know, man, I ordered some dark MAGA shit and I didn't get it yet.
Red on Tuesday, at least for Tuesday. Maybe we will be black on Wednesday, but
yeah, I hope
red
not. I hope it's not. I hope it's not Black Wednesday. Yeah, I ordered some dark MAGA for election day, and this shit still hasn't come in. And Jonathan,
I wish I had a dark MAGA shirt.
You see, Jonathan, read his comment.
Yes, I study all the socialist authors, including the Austrian painter.
Yeah, think about who the Austrian painter is.
Who the fuck is the Austrian painter?
Hitler.
Oh, I didn't know he was a painter.
Yeah. Oh, bro, he's got what do you call it? Yeah, his paintings have sold, man. There's an episode of, oh shit, I forgot what show it is, and it talks about there's this guy, he's buying all these paintings. God, what is it? It's an episode. You remember that show, Justified? It was on FX. It took place in
the show, but I never watched it.
There's an episode of Justified, and fucking and Rosie Riveter, she's laughing her ass off. The Austrian painter. I know what because I know Rosie. I know exactly what she's laughing at.
All I was thinking of was this shows my age. All I was thinking of was Indiana Jones and the whole, what was it? What the fuck was the third movie?
The Last Crusade.
The Last Crusade.
Yeah.
When he's in the castle and he's like, "Oh, we're here to see the tapestries."
Oh shit! Look, Jonathan even threw up a fucking wiki art thing.
Oh, dude, you put up a link on Adolf Hitler, they're gonna ban us live.
Yeah, I know. Just to prove he was a painter.
Can I say something about Hitler well, not Hitler, but like on the fucking the libtards out there?
Yeah, you can say it.
Okay, listen to this. So they had a floating Trump rally down here in Florida, and some libtards had to join in, and they tried to fly Nazi flags from their boats.
I saw that.
Oh yeah, yes. Trump, Hitler, and they got smoked to the side or whatever.
Yeah.
In New York City, when they're holding the rally at Madison Square Garden, what happens across the street? Libtards show up and they have their Hitler flags or their Nazi flags, and they're saying, yeah, that's what's going on inside. This is just a Nazi rally.
Yeah.
what I'm wondering is, first of all, where do you get a Nazi flag?
I know, right? Like, how do you find it?
I am ultra MAGA. Okay, I don't even know where to get a Nazi flag. Not that I want one. I'm just saying I don't even know where to go purchase one because they look like they're professionally made. So you ordered one from somewhere. Somebody made a Nazi flag for you, and they
Rosie,
actually
hang,
shipped it
hang,
to you.
hang on, Rosie. They're talking about the show. Justified was good, actually.
I'm sure it
We're
was.
not talking about the Austrian painter. We're
No,
talking about the show, Rosie.
but I'm saying these libtards, they ordered a Nazi flag from somewhere. So some
Yes,
vendor literally
yeah,
made a Nazi flag for them,
yes.
or they made it themselves,
Wait a minute.
made it so perfect that it looks professionally done. I don't
Here,
even know where I would start. Like as a Trump supporter, I would be afraid to even search for how to make a Nazi flag
yeah. Look here.
on
Jonathan
my
says
Google
John,
search.
Jonathan says it's actually very easy to get that kind of flag. You can't get his book for $20.
But I wouldn't even want to put it in my search engine.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm not like why would I be looking for a Nazi flag, right?
But
I know.
these
Yeah, I know.
libtards, they go out of their way to be
Yes.
like, look, this is who they are. This is who they are. Look,
Yeah,
we have all this stuff. This is who they are.
because
No, you
they're
guys are the ones who literally ordered it, made
yeah,
it, printed it. No, you guys are the ones who have access to it.
yeah, because they're monkeys, man. They're
Like,
fucking
there's
morons. They're
nobody
morons, bro.
show me
Yeah,
one time when there's been a Trump rally where there's literally somebody sitting out there like waving behind Trump saying,
never,
yeah,
never.
yeah,
Never. They get their ass
yeah.
kicked. They get their ass
You
kicked
would
by
get
other
your
Trump
ass kicked
supporters.
out of the rally.
Yeah,
You
they get
wouldn't
their
even
ass
need
kicked out of the
security to
rally.
show up.
No, no,
You
you
wouldn't
wouldn't.
even
They
need
would get the shit
security.
kicked out of
The
them.
people would kick your ass out.
Yeah, they would get the snot kicked out of them by fucking, other people. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Oh my god, I was dying on whatever day that was last weekend when they had the Trump rally at the
Yeah,
Madison Square Garden. I was like, who are these people that they can just order a Nazi flag?
yeah, yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even know where to start looking for that. What is that, Amazon or something like that? I
Yeah.
don't even
Well, look,
know.
he says you could Jonathan works for Amazon, so he says Amazon. They won't sell conservative flags though, but you can get a
Exactly.
Nazi flag.
They won't sell it. They won't. If you order a Trump flag, I've seen
Yeah.
tons of videos on TikTok
Yeah.
where they'll literally throw that shit in the garbage.
Yeah.
But somebody orders a Nazi flag
Yeah,
for
you'll get
a
it.
libtard, thing, they'll fucking send it right to them. It's
That's true.
amazing.
I didn't think about this, Jonathan. You're absolutely correct. A lot of military reenactment places sell them. That is true. That is absolutely true. You're right. You can get that stuff.
Well, if that's
It
the
is part
case,
of history.
see, again, I don't know where to even get them. That's how
I know.
far
You're
removed
yeah,
from.
you're right. What your point is that you're not even thinking about fucking picking up a Nazi, anything Nazi,
No,
because we're not Nazis.
because we
We're
don't
not
even think that
fascists.
way. We're not trying
We
to
don't think that way.
cleanse. We're not trying to cleanse the country. We're not trying to cleanse the country on an ethnic level in any way
No,
of the word. If
I know, man. It's
anybody is
just
here, I've said this many times. I don't care if you are a fucking meth addict on the street of Seattle. I don't care what race or religion you are. If you're an American citizen, I will fucking give my life to defend you and your rights. What
absolutely.
I don't want is all these fucking people here who are not legal citizens, just not even just the fact that they're not legal citizens, the fact that they're sponging off of our fucking taxes.
Yeah,
They're
it is.
fucking bankrupting city after city after city, and they shouldn't even be here.
I think the
We have
most
enough
recent report.
problems.
I think the most recent report is like it's like we're at about 2 trillion alone in just that. Um,
Yes. We have enough
Hang on.
problems with American citizens.
Jonathan says, I mean, I think of where to buy obscure socialist works. They aren't easy to find.
Yeah, they're not.
He
But you know
says,
what? I'll bet you if you're a
especially in
member of
English.
Antifa, you know exactly where to go.
Yeah, if you're Antifa, you probably know exactly. They probably know exactly where to go if you're Antifa or BLM or some shit like that, or
Yep.
part of the fucking alphabet mob or something like that. You'll know
Yep.
exactly where to get your shit. It's terrible, man, where we're fucking headed. And again, America, if you have early voting going on, this week and you feel like early voting, go ahead. For many, it was over today. For some states, you still got until Sunday. Go ahead and do it. If you're not going to vote until next Tuesday, that is perfectly fine too. Come out and fucking grab your homie, grab your tia, grab that tío that's a fucking borracho and he hangs out in your yard and he drinks fucking old English all day and shit like that and talk shit to you. Smack him in the back of the head, pick his ass up, take him to go fucking vote. If you got no one to watch your fucking animals, walk that motherfucker to the polls with you. If you got a ferret, stick him in your pocket. Take that motherfucker with you too. Whatever you got to do, you take your asses to the polls, okay? On Tuesday, all right? You get it done, America. Get it fucking done. We need to get Trump in office. And this isn't just, I'm going to make this clear. This isn't just about getting Trump in office. It is about setting a precedent again in this nation and putting us on the right path. Because through Trump, we got a pretty deep bench, okay, going forward, all right? Democrats don't have that yet. They're working on it. Trust me. They're not just fucking sitting back, all right, hanging in, with their fucking, their dick beaters in their hands. They're working on what it is they're gonna try to do. All right. They'll be more than willing to give up this election and work on fucking 2028. Trust me. We know the shenanigans are gonna happen. Don't let anybody get you riled up while you're standing online at the polls. If you fucking vote and you see shenanigans going on as you come out, you stop and you record the shenanigans with these fucking fake poll workers and all the bullshit going on. All right. Don't break any laws to get footage because you can't film anybody voting in any state. Can't do it. All right. It is illegal to do shit like that. Right. Make sure you understand the laws in your state, but report it. All right. If you go to on Twitter right now, on X. Sorry, fuck. I'm always gonna call it Twitter. There's I think it's the election integrity community or some shit like that on Twitter. They're looking for people to post pictures and anything going on during the election, any fucking shit, so they can bring it to where it needs to get to. So we have proof. We have a platform now, America. All right. Elon has bought the platform for us. He's made it fucking free speech for us, somewhat. I mean, people are still kind of getting fucking dinged in there, but for the most part, it's free speech. All right. But Elon is in our corner. We got Elon Musk in our fucking corner trying to help us. All right. And we just need to fucking get it together. So America, we're gonna be fucking going again come Tuesday at 7 p.m. And that's when we're gonna start coverage. It'll be an emergency live. I'll be using either OAN or fucking, what do you call it, Newsmax. What do you got, Red Day?
Maybe 3 points.
You think?
As far as free speech, Twitter's a lot better than it was in 2020. We also have Telegram. We also have Rumble. We didn't have those as apps in 2020. We have them now. Use them. If you have voted already, I will say this. This is a point I made a couple days ago. If you have free time on Tuesday and you voted already, go to your local precinct. Talk to people online. Keep an eye out with your video, with your phone camera, your video camera, whatever. A lot of times people are in line and they see shit happening, but the thing is that they don't have the ability to follow, record, question, interrogate, because they don't want to be thrown out of line, right? They're there to vote. They don't want to rock the boat because any sort of, oh, he's causing a disturbance, they're going to get jettisoned from the line. That's how these precincts worked. But if you've already voted, guess what? You can go there and you can talk to people, and you can just keep an eye. And if they're shuttling things in that doesn't seem right, or it doesn't look right, or you can just see that certain things are not going, you don't have to go inside, but just even from the outside, there's shit to see. You've already voted. They don't know who you are. Just stand outside and record. Just look for things that just, if they say, the old adage, see something, say something.
Yep.
Record it, post it, whatever. Get it to the good people online that'll share it. Get it to me. I will fucking share it like it's hot.
Yeah, if you got anything, exactly, and not just Red Day. If you see something, you don't want to post it on your IG or whatever. It's Big Red. It's Big Red One Guy on IG. It's Big Red One Guy on Twitter. I'm on Truth as well as Big Red One Guy. All right. You fucking get it to me. You get it to me. I will post that shit in a heartbeat. I will put it. If you don't want to do it yourself, get it to Red Day. Get it to me. We will get it out for you. Okay, and make sure that people are aware of what's going on. And we got Rogue Nina walking in ballot tomorrow. Husband and I, small town there. Hey, that's what I want to hear. Good old conservatives taking the ballots, but our county registrar is compromised and corrupt as possible. Oh, that's another thing, people. If you have to drop your stuff in a ballot box, right? You got these mail-in ballots. Do not give that shit to anybody. You do it yourself. All right. If you actually have to put it in a box, you do it yourself. You don't hand it over to somebody who's standing in front of us saying, "I got it for you. So I'm here to do that." No, you put your own ballot in the box. All right. Do not give that shit to anybody. All right. And that's what we got for you, America. That's it. We're in the witching hour, fam. All right. The only way we get it done is if we do it together, America. All right. And we got Jonathan with one more comment. I'm waiting till Tuesday to vote, and then when I get home, I will check that all my pews are loaded. We feel you on that one. Well, America, it's been a fantastic show. Okay, it's been a great night. The interaction tonight was absolutely incredible, and Rosie agrees with you.
Rosie.
So as of next, come Tuesday, actually 7 p.m. Remember, we start our coverage at 7 p.m. All right, it'll either be Newsmax or OAN, whichever one. We'll figure that out. What do you call it? Red Day and I will talk about it over the weekend. We are working, fam, to try to see if we can get some people to come and hang with us, and even if it's for like 15 minutes to drop their little freaking bit of knowledge and stuff like that, and a little information to give out to people, and just their take on stuff. We got the picks in. All right, we got my pick, and we got Red Day's pick. I left the Electoral College up so that when we get off this stream, I'm gonna snap a picture of that shit. All right, and I'm gonna freaking we're gonna see how it goes. All right, NH Rogue Nina thinks we should use OAN. I think Jonathan said the same thing. He thinks so. The reason I'm thinking about OAN Red Day is because, they got their asses handed to them, man. They should really be on every fucking cable. They should be on satellite and everything, and they got kicked off of that. With that said, we'll see. I will take a look. I'll take a look that day. I'll be in the studio around 5:00 anyway. So America, what do you got, Red Day? And then I'll close us out.
Which was my third point, was just everybody, whoever sees this video, take some time this weekend, decompress, relax, find something that makes you happy. Watch a sporting event, go for a walk, go work out, go to church, pray, go just meditate, whatever. Just get your mind, your spirit, and your body right this weekend, because honestly, this next week, as much as I see a lot of people stressed out this week about, oh my God, we're so close. Next week is going to be times 100. We know we're not going to have a decision on Tuesday.
Yep.
Just be prepared for it. Just know we're not gonna have a decision on Tuesday. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna hear CNN declare Trump winner on Tuesday night, no matter what happens. He could be leading by 150 electoral votes. They're not gonna declare it. It's just not gonna happen. Just be prepared. It's gonna be a long week.
Yeah. You got a little time to stick around?
To me? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit.
Well, America, I am the big red one guy signing out, reminding you that together we can break the machine. And always remember that only together can we break the machine. God bless you all. God bless America. And we'll see you on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Have a good weekend, fam.